All right. So comment in the group, and I'm going to paraphrase. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't go back and read it. So I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit. But there was a post or a comment in the group talking about how management was pushing apprentice-type technicians or entry-level technicians, and they were pushing them really hard. They were complaining about a guy who had 3 or 4 years under his belt being slow. They were complaining about the new apprentice and trying to throw him at jobs that were far too complex for what he knew how to do. They were fussing about the length of time that it took to get them up to speed. And here is my take on that. I think that is a lack of experience on management's part. And you see, I don't want to offend anybody, but I have seen the effects of management who have never turned wrenches, who have never done what the business does, and they become wholly disconnected. And look, even the guys who were once turning wrenches in the back can become disconnected. I get disconnected from time to time, and I still go into the back every once in a while. It is very easy to look at this and say, just go do the thing. But we don't understand how much time it takes to learn the thing. Now, we talk about apprentices a little bit. I am a firm believer it takes 5 to 6 years to get somebody up, not to a master level. Okay, now maybe ASE master, because ASE master is by definition a base level of competency in all things automotive. It is not like some type of mastery, and kind of the same thing with the dealer certifications. Those are base level credentials, and that's why we're so adamant that we support AvTech and we support what AvTech's doing. But I think it is so insane to take someone. I mean, think about this. We have to be electrical engineers and be able to read very complex wiring diagrams. We have to be computer engineers or at least have some IT knowledge to understand why a computer does what it does and how it thinks and what it does when it thinks. We have to be plumbers. We have to be HVAC technicians. We have to be alignment technicians. We have to be steering and suspension technicians. We have to be undercar, overcar, mainline, right? Like, especially in the independent world, it is absolutely asinine to think that you're going to bring somebody in and in 5 years have a production tech. Ryan, that works for me, is a great example. Ryan came in, he's been here for a number of years, and the kid has worked so hard. He's not a kid, he's a grown man. He's worked so hard to learn this skill, this craft, and it shows. He has developed at an amazing pace, and he is able to do things that nobody else in the shop can do because he is a hard worker and he's worked for it. Now, in this guy's case, I mean, I think you have to go back to management and you have to say, this is unrealistic to expect this from these employees. And all you were doing is defeating them and making them feel less than, and you're going to run them off before you ever have a chance to grow them and build them. Now, that being said, there are some guys who are not cut out for this, okay? There are some guys who just cannot get it. And I respect that. There's how many different career paths you could take? It doesn't have to be working on cars. And at some point, we have the responsibility as managers, owners, leaders to talk to that person and say, hey, I'm not sure this is a good fit. I'm not sure this is where you're thriving, where you're growing. So we do have a responsibility at some point to say that. But I don't think 3 to 5 years in is where that is. That's just base level proficiency at that point. Now, talking about the slow thing, talking about the knowledge thing, first of all, I think every shop should have a Scanner Danner Premium subscription. If you do not, you need to go sign up for a Scanner Danner Premium subscription right now, and you need to get your guys engaged in it. You need to buy them the books, and they all need to be going through that because every car they work on has the systems taught in Scanner Danner. It is a generic type of offering that covers all electrical systems, right? If you can fix a car, you can fix a washing machine. And so even at a very young age, my daughter was 5, 6 years old talking about potentiometers because I was laying in the floor with her watching Scanner Danner. So it is a very good course for anybody who is even remotely doing testing, anything like that. But I think that is a requirement to help them understand what they're looking at. I have given this to guys and them say, whoa, I thought I was going to be turning wrenches and this is very complex. that gives you a good insight to where their mind is and where they're thinking and how they're thinking moving forward. I'll just be honest with you. I don't think that it's fair to go to somebody and say, in 3 years, I expect you to be a full-blown technician. I don't think that after going through a high school auto tech program, coming out of auto tech and going into college and getting some type of associate's degree in automotive, I don't think that that changes this outcome. I think 3 to 5 years to get somebody up to speed. Are you going to have some that do it in a year? Yes. Are you going to have some that do it in 9 years? Yes. Are you going to have some that don't do it? Yes. But as leaders, that's what we're tasked with doing. Developing our people, raising up our people, and helping them understand when this isn't working. So I think it's short-sighted. I think it comes down to, in this case, in this post case, or this comments case, I think this comes down to being extremely short-sighted. I think this comes down to leadership focusing solely on the KPIs, not on the people, not understanding the people, not understanding what's best for the people. And I think that's wrong. And I don't know how you communicate that to them. I mean, reset their expectations. Start from square one, where we talk about, hey, 3 to 5 years to get a technician to this level. And that's still base level proficiency. We're at year 1. What are your expectations? And now we reset said expectations. Is this rational? Is this reasonable? And if not, how do we need to get there? And are you willing to accept that? Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't think most shops should hire an apprentice. Okay? Sorry. That's just the way I feel. It is a lot of work to manage an apprentice. It is a lot of work to manage a shadow. And so if you do not have dedicated staff, say a shop foreman, something like that, who they can shadow, and you are not expecting that dedicated staff to be a production employee, I don't know. I don't think that you're going to get a good outcome. Now, Napa has a great program, and it is a training program to bring them from the ground up. It is phenomenal. But again, you need to have a mentor there to help teach them. It is going to reduce that mentor's production. And so if you want to talk about the fact that we have a technician shortage, and in the same sentence say, I need 60 hours a week or else, you probably don't want to know what I would say to you. I'm just going to be real with you. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's asinine. And I think it's absolutely stupid you would ever expect that. Anyway, y'all have a good one.